It was an awakening.
Incredible.
Enlightening.
Challenging.
Mind expanding.
Finally, a breakthrough in leadership learning.
We used it at Home Depot for many years. I felt a lot of our senior managers should be exposed to Outward Bound, because if you think about Outward Bound in terms of training managers, in terms of risk taking, in terms of being able to, to be self-confident and be able to work in a team in a high-growth company, which we had then. So I asked, our training department to put together a program with the North Carolina school, and they did that very effectively. And this went on for several years. It was very, very powerful for us.
Outward Bound has a proven history of helping organizations, large and small, develop the leadership they need to grow and succeed.
Outward Bound teaches lessons like setting clear goals, communicating these goals, follow through, working together, offering up different opinions, making mid-course corrections, soliciting feedback and input, and celebrating successes. All of these are important building blocks of high-performance teams.
If finance is what they need to know, send them to Wharton. We did that just the other day. Or if some business theory is needed, put them in a classroom someplace. But if leadership learning is what you're looking for, nothing has the impact of an Outward Bound expedition, where in 3 or 4 days they begin the transformation from being managers to becoming leaders.
How does the Outward Bound method work? How can Outward Bound make your leadership development transformational? For answers, we turn to one company that has been partnering with Outward Bound for more than 10 years. With $12 billion in sales and 70,000 employees, Cox Enterprises operates different kinds of businesses in different markets. Demands on leaders are varied and complex. We spoke to Cox leaders as they were completing their Outward Bound leadership course.
The most important thing I learned about leadership is the degree to which it involves building consensus and coaching.
This has given me a different insight. I've been able to look at maybe a different angle and discover different angles on which I can approach in order to motivate people.
I found myself in the way that I would be able to deal with other people.
By going through this program and being put in situations where I had to rely on other people to get through, where I had to depend on somebody else's opinions or somebody else's insights in order to get through this course, has made me realize that I should probably have been doing it all along.
It's just important to listen to everyone. I think that's the key thing. Listening to others and then importing those various ideas into whatever the problem or the challenge is.
I have seen a group of people working together towards a goal, and we all reach that goal.
Taking risk at the Outward Bound experience illustrated to me that I sometimes underestimate my own abilities. And when I know what I ought to do and I'm ready to take that risk, in the past, before Outward Bound, I might not would have done that. I'll do it now.
When I'm asking my people to take risk for me as their leader, I've got to make sure that I have built a support system around them so that they know that not only am I asking them to do something, but I'm going to support them.
I did things that I thought I would never do, and I did things that I thought I wasn't capable of doing.
I guess the greatest thing that I took away from this experience was I can push myself harder, and I probably underestimate my own ability more than I should.
So I discovered that if I dig deep down, there isn't too much that I can't accomplish.
Outward Bound teaches essential leadership skills like how to motivate people, taking smart risks, and teaming. How are these lessons learned? It's called experiential learning, a more effective alternative to typical training programs.
My personal belief is that leadership is not learned in a book. Leadership is learned by discovering what enables you to have a vision and for people to follow that vision with you. And I think that being put in a situation where you have to make that happen is much more critical than reading about it in a book.
The value of this kind of learning, of Outward Bound kind of learning, is that it's very intense and it's very much outside your normal comfort zone.
What I hear I forget, what I see or I remember, what I do I know.
This is so much better than
any kind of classroom learning.
I am a better person, I'm a stronger person, and I am excited to go back and share some of the principles of what I learned.
The impact of outward bound learning is well documented. It can lead to transformational leadership on the job. Leaders at Cox see the results both short-term and long-term as they apply their lessons to the job.
What I've done on the job every day is I am offering more positive feedback to my colleagues, members of my team, my direct reports, in a way that I'm getting more buy-in from them on some of the projects and things that we're doing, and I am beginning to see greater success.
The results have been better communication with our team, and we've had a very good morale boost.
I'm an outgoing, get-it-done kind of person, and I've always been real focused and driven, and I've kind of had to learn to just kind of step back and allow people to do what they've been hired to do and not micromanage.
Do I still use the values and experiences I learned in Outward Bound? Absolutely yes.
It has definitely lasted for me, and in my role I've been able to talk to a lot of people who have been through Outward Bound or are going through Outward Bound, and I think to a person they remember Outward Bound and they say it changed their lives.
It gave me a look at my operation to say, if you take that energy and look at your operation and look at segments of business that you don't reach, look for salespeople that you haven't challenged, look for, revenue streams that you haven't thought about, and that kind of moved me out of my comfort zone.
And you realize very quickly into it the importance of interdependence, similar to what we face day in, day out in the business place when we have new market conditions that surround us.
To have been with Cox for 18 years and then to have this kind of experience, I can't imagine wanting to work for anybody else.
I couldn't tell you how great it makes me feel that my company feels that strongly about me to want to get me to the next level.
We use it in our executive training programs, and I'm constantly getting emails saying that is really great. It really has changed how I look at things.
I think this course would translate well for almost any industry out there.
It works. I mean, it really works.
Finally, a breakthrough in leadership learning.
Outward Bound provides a range of courses ready to be adapted to the learning needs of your organization. Here are 3 options. 4 or 5-day courses, like those used by Cox, have the greatest impact, producing unparalleled development and lasting relationships based on an intense common experience. Accelerated team performance and breakthrough leadership learning are the outcomes. Outward Bound also offers 1-day courses that can be run close by. Through stronger bonding and relationship building, participants walk away with better knowledge of colleagues and more open channels for job-related communication. Outward Bound's 4-hour Insight program will move your team further along the team-building continuum than any other half-day investment you can make. This short course is used by companies in a variety of ways, from highlighting a team-building retreat to accelerating orientation for law firm interns. These programs are delivered at your location or conference center. To learn more about how Outward Bound can fit your organization's learning needs, contact Outward Bound Professional. Make a breakthrough in learning for your organization.